Hello and welcome to another edition of Foreign Dispatches, the program that takes you around the world in 25 minutes. I'm Layo Olarinde. On the program this week, Palestinians are returning home to Gaza after a ceasefire deal began on January 19. This same deal has seen the release of Israeli hostages that have been in captivity of Hamas. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have been returning to the northern side of Gaza as Israel opens up several checkpoints. This is all part of the Gaza ceasefire deal that began on the 19th of January.
Tens of thousands of Palestinians stream along the main roads leading north in Gaza, jubilant to be returning home after months of living in temporary shelter, but fearing what might remain of their homes amid the bombed-out ruins. Their return, which had been delayed, went ahead after Hamas agreed to hand over 3 Israeli hostages and Israeli forces began to withdraw from a main corridor across the enclave under terms of an agreement on a ceasefire in the 15-month-long war. The influx began after Israel opened military checkpoints that had divided the Strip for more than a year, ending a forced exile from homes and loved ones that many feared could become permanent. In the dawn light, crowds that had waited by the road overnight began the long walk back to their homes and business, or what remained of them, as soon as the crossing opened. A column heavy with emotion and trepidation spread up along the coast, parallel to the Mediterranean, into the ruined wasteland of Gaza City and the north of the Strip beyond it. More than 80,000 buildings here have been damaged or destroyed, according to UN data.
We are returning to check on our people who remained in the north and on those we lost in the north. We are returning to console them, nothing more, but we are not very happy. Those who have gone cannot return, and those who have died have a place with our Lord. There is no joy. All those you see returning in front of you, they return because they want to live on the soil of their country, on the land of their homes. A person longs for the place where he was born.
Today, the joy is hysterical in the southern Gaza Strip because we'll return to the north even though our homes are destroyed, but we'll rebuild them with our own hands, God willing. And we're returning, and the entire north is waiting for us, God willing. We'll return, God willing, to our normal lives, and we'll work and establish our lives anew.
At another crossing farther east, a queue of thousands of cars stretched back several kilometers, their drivers waiting for inspection and permission to drive north. After Israeli forces had withdrawn, Egyptian contractors carried out checks for weapons with the help of a U.S. private security firm.
Praise be to Allah who blessed us with the return. We have been waiting for this day for a year and 3 months. We hope that peace will prevail and the ceasefire will last forever.
For 3 days we've been sleeping near the checkpoint. The weather was very cold during our journey. The women got off, and I don't know where they went. We were told that they would inspect them. I don't know what's happening.
Many of those heading north know or suspect they would be returning to little more than ruins, but want to pitch tents on their own land after long months shifting between crowded displacement camps in the south of the Strip.
Gaza is my country and my homeland. I will never leave my homeland, no matter the reasons. Even if I was offered all the world's gold, I would say Gaza and only Gaza.
I am the happiest person in this world, as if I was born again today. God willing, we will not make the same mistake. and will stay on our land, in our country, in our homes, steadfast and patient.
Around 650,000 Palestinians were displaced from northern Gaza during the war, which was triggered by Hamas's October 7, 2023 assault on southern Israel, in which 1,200 people were killed and 251 taken hostage, according to Israeli tallies. More than 47,000 Palestinians have since been killed in the Israeli assault on Gaza, according to the Gaza Health Ministry.
As part of the ceasefire deal, after 477 days in captivity in Gaza, 4 female Israeli soldiers have been freed and reunited with their families. And this is the second round of releases under the Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement. The women were abducted when Hamas overran their base on October 7, 2023.
The first images of the 4 Israeli hostages released by Hamas as part of the second round of the prisoner hostage swap agreement in the Gaza Strip were seen on Saturday. Footage from Palestine Square shows the hostages in military clothes climbing to a stage alongside Hamas fighters. Hamas put on a show of force during their handover at Gaza City's Palestine Square as the hostages were taken to Red Cross vehicles following the handover ceremony. Footage released by the Israeli Defense Forces IDF shows the moment the hostages crossed into Israeli territory. The hostages can also be seen embracing IDF soldiers in Raim as they touch down their homeland following their release from Hamas captivity. Their relatives also watched and celebrate as the soldiers returned to the base. The 4 female soldiers held hostage in Gaza were airlifted to the Beilinson Medical Center near Tel Aviv on Saturday for checkups. Helicopters carrying the freed women landed in front of the center in Petah Tikva, Israel. Their families watched as the aircraft touched down. It is an emotional moment for relatives who have been waiting for days to embrace their loved ones. Finally, in the arms of their loved ones, their tears flow as the reunion brings an emotional roller coaster. It's also tears of joy for families of the Hamas captives who were seen crying and celebrating at the hostages square in Tel Aviv after the second group of Israeli hostages were released. Footage captures the moment people were embracing each other and singing as they watch a live coverage of the event. Undergoing medical checks is a must, and Dr. Lena Koren-Fieldman, the director of Beilinson Hospital, the center where they are being treated, says all the 4 freed Israeli hostages are all in stable condition.
So we're now a little more than 24 hours after they came to us. Their general medical condition is well. we are performing, we're happy, of course, and we have time to perform more in-depth medical tests. We have a detailed protocol for every medical condition that we thought we could encounter, and we're going through things that we have to do for each and every one of them. So we have a multidisciplinary team treating them, a doctor, of course, a nurse, we have a nutritionist and a psychosocial team. We're working together. The treatment is, of course, personal for each and one of them. They're going to stay as much as each of them needs to stay, and of course as much as they want to stay. We're moving one day at a time. So of course I cannot go into medical conditions of each patient, but we can say that we know that long captivity has impacts on all body systems, and we're trained. We read the literature. We're trained for looking for signs, and that's what we're checking also. That's part of our tests.
Hamas on Saturday handed over the 4 female Israeli soldiers held captive in Gaza for 15 months, the second release of hostages under a ceasefire agreement between Israel and the militant group. Israeli authorities also released 200 Palestinian prisoners on Saturday, including 2 15-year-old boys. The Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal came into force on Sunday, January 19, with the first 3 hostages exchanged for 90 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. The agreement itself covers 3 phases, with the first 6-week part set to include the release of up to 33 hostages, which include women, children, and older people, and hundreds of Palestinian prisoners.
Away from the Middle East, back here in Africa, innovative Kenyan farmers have embraced beekeeping as a sustainable method to safeguard their land from the elephants of Tsavo West National Park in the Tete County. For them, it's a win-win situation of money from the bees' honey and the preservation of their crops.
A herd of elephants meandering through the green fields, while nearby, farmers inspect the strategically placed beehives that encircle their crops. Harrison Mwambaga says that the farmers in the area have spent years struggling with elephants raiding their fields, ruining crops and affecting harvests. So they came up with a strategy.
In the beehive fence, the hives have wires that connect to the next. When an elephant shakes the wire, the defensive bees come out and the elephants flee.
According to him, this strategy not only deters elephants who naturally avoid bees, but also promotes biodiversity and enhances crop yields through pollination. Another farmer, William Kinoi, describes the hives as a game changer in coexisting with elephants and is optimistic the farms will be safe. According to the Save the Elephants organization, STE, an average of 76% of elephants were deterred from entering the farms per year from 2014 to 2020 using this method. However, increased habitat disturbance or more frequent droughts could reduce the effectiveness of beehive fences as a natural elephant deterrent in the future, given that water is a necessity for keeping bees. Dozens of farmers have taken to this method and installed the beehive fences on their farmlands around the Tsavo West National Park. The Beehive Fences project was launched in 2007 by STE in cooperation with the Wildlife Research and Training Institute, Kenya Wildlife Service, and the University of Oxford.
An artist in Ghana is turning recycled scraps into eco-conscious masterpieces. Michael Gar says he was inspired by his mom and grandmother who used to sew. Take a look.
Michael Gar embarking on a quest through local markets to purchase fabric at a local open market with stacks of waste fabric scattered across the floor. The contemporary artist based in Accra uses recycled fabrics as raw materials for his creations to raise environmental awareness and utilize unused scraps. His passion for textiles and design was ignited in childhood, influenced by his mother, aunt and grandmother, who were always busy sewing around him.
Growing up, I would say I saw my mom, my auntie, and my grandmom sewing. So I fell in love with these textile pieces. Anytime I wake up, I see them around me. And then I was a kid that was cutting stuff. So I intend to like pick some of the design in it, and then I cut. So growing up, I said, why don't I use this fabric to like create some of my pieces.
Carefully organizing the material before cutting it into pieces, Gar carefully works on his new painting. Watching his family inspired Michael to experiment with fabrics of his own, a creative journey that has blossomed over the years. Reflecting on his artistic journey, Michael recalled a pivotal conference he attended in Italy where discussions around fashion waste and its detrimental impact on the ecosystem resonated deeply with him.
I had the opportunity to visit a conference in Italy where they highlighted this some point where textile waste is destroying our ecosystem.
He explains that he chooses fabrics that are often overlooked and unsold because they contribute to waste, but he's trying to change that thinking.
I'm trying to create awareness for people to be eco-friendly. So what I believe can change this issue is the mindset of people, and then that's my target.
With fashion offcuts from tailoring shops or second-hand markets, Michael's artworks are inspired by his environment in West Africa.
I work on multiple pieces at the same time, like 4 works or 5 works at the same time, because I love to channel energy to all of them. So it may take like 2 to 3 weeks to finish these pieces.
His iconic portraits, featuring faces without distinct features, have drawn the attention of the arts community with participation in galleries organized in France, South Africa, and New York.
In Ethiopia, hundreds of couples are saying "I do" at the same time in a mass wedding ceremony happening in the capital, Addis Ababa. Both locals and tourists say they are glad to be part of the prestigious event. At the Adwa Victory Memorial, lovebirds begin their journey into matrimonial bliss as more than 1,000 couples from Ethiopia took part in a traditional mass wedding ceremony. Traditionally known as Yeshish Gabicha, the ceremony held in Addis Ababa with couples in traditional attire marching and dancing surrounded by family and friends. Susanna Deres says she is very happy to have the chance to participate in this ceremony. We live here in Addis Ababa. We are very happy to get this opportunity from Yeshish Gabicha. I'm very happy. My husband is also happy. As you see, we even learned together and grew up together at Bahir Dar City, Amhara region. Finally, we fell in love and we're getting married. Tourists also come from around the world to get hitched at the event.
Very happy for the opportunity of being here in Ethiopia for the Yeshish Gabicha, this multicultural wedding. The feeling is of happiness, and we are very thankful for the organization. because they gave us the opportunity of being with people of another countries, people of another culture. And for us as a Pan-African couple, we are very happy for that.
And this opportunity has been amazing for us. We have managed to see a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures from across Ethiopia and also across Africa. So I would like to encourage everyone to come in and join Yashish Gabicha. Enjoy what Yashish Gabicha has in store for us. There's a lot of things that we have learned from the counseling, from meeting different people, from eating different types of foods. It's just a diverse of culture which is here.
Yashish Gabicha means thousand marriage, aiming to unite over 1,000 couples in a traditional Ethiopian ceremony. It's sponsored by Yament Private Limited and Ethiopia's state broadcaster EBC. This year, the event saw participation not only from various regions of Ethiopia, but also from 43 other African countries. The Ministry of Women and Social Affairs provided life skills training to the attendees, preparing them for a fulfilling marriage.
Let's head now to South Korea to join the 31st Dawayeong Snow Festival that is transforming the Songcheon area of the Pyeongchang County. It's transforming it into a winter wonderland until the 2nd of February. Over the years, the festival has gained prestigious recognition, including being named one of the top 10 festivals by the Ministry of Culture and Tourism.
Thousands flock to the Dawayeong Snow Festival that is held annually in Pyeongchang to enjoy cold weather and winter activities. Visitors are drawn to its centerpiece attraction featuring a stunning 120-meter snow tunnel shaped like a traditional lucky pouch, symbolizing prosperity for the new year. An array of snow sculptures, including adorable cartoon characters dressed in traditional Korean attire and festival mascots, welcome visitors.
We found this festival through social media, Instagram ads, and then we decided we wanted to go do a day trip to Gangneung, and saw that the festival is close to Gangneung and wanted to come to see snow because there's no snow in Seoul right now.
The festival, which aims to revive the winter off-season, boost the local economy and foster community spirit, has become a must-visit cultural event for tourists and locals alike. Festival organizers say it was a tough challenge preparing for the festival.
The weather was quite warm, but to prepare for the festival, we worked day and night when the temperature was lower. It was definitely a tough challenge. The snow channel used to be constructed with a roof, creating a tunnel-like structure, but this time it's made without a roof, resembling the snow walls found in Sapporo, Japan. The snow walls are stacked to a height of about 7 meters.
The festival also features distinctive culinary experiences, including an ice cafe where guests can sit on ice chairs while enjoying hot beverages and ice sculpture displays. There are other unique offerings like a snowman building plaza and an innovative ice tag game. Visitors can also enjoy traditional winter sports and activities such as snow sledding, ice slides, ice coiling, slide bowling, and top spinning. Indoor venues offer winter comfort foods such as ramyeon, fish cakes, noodle soup, and tteokbokki. The festival runs from January 24 till February the 2nd.
And that's it on Foreign Dispatches for today. Remember, our top stories are never far away. You can always catch them on channelstv.com. Thank you so much for watching the program. I'm Layo Olarinde.